Hello and welcome guys, ArmaganVideos here today with a tutorial that you guys requested, or better to say were interested in, since I've posted it on Facebook right here, and I've basically seen it in this flat animation 2 by Dmitry Chuvaev, and it only has 6,000 views, so well, it's a pretty great animation. I don't know why. So check this out. It's going to like reveal this Batman. There's a 3D shuriken of it with the logo of Batman coming in. And yeah, we're going to recreate it. I've already posted it on Facebook and you guys requested or were interested in the tutorial. That's my attempt on it. And right here I have written down 3ds Max, but actually I really want to transition from it to Cinema 4D. So we're going to use Cinema 4D today. It's like way easier to use actually, so yeah, let's don't talk so much and just hop right into Illustrator and work. So create a new document, and first of all we are going to create the shuriken itself, and then we are going to need this Batman that you've seen there in this illustration. Let me just stick this to the top right here, zoom in. And I'm just going to show you real quick how I made this Batman shuriken and also the Batman itself. But then I'm going to use the pre-made files that I've already created, and I'm going to put them in the description so you can download and start from it right away if you're not interested in doing them in Illustrator or stuff like that. So yeah. For the shuriken itself, I just grabbed a black color, Control R to get the ruler, drag out a guideline to help us out. Actually, let's put it right around here. And I've just started to like draw the Batman shuriken. Press Control U so you don't get distracted by these weird lines right here, the smart guides. And I've just recreated the Batman logo. I guess you can also download it from the internet as a vector file, but I wanted to create it by myself, so there you go. I've just kind of drawn out this shape right here, made it look sharp. Just like that. Then started to connect it, gave it a color, bring it over here, rotate it, put them together, and there you can see it's like really a quick sketch on how to get this ready. And I've come up with this one right here, and you're going to find it in the description, but I don't want to spend too much time on it right now because the tutorial will be really long by itself, so we don't have to create this one right here, which is basically just some pretty easy pen tool work. Also this Batman right here, it's just a circle. Also with the pen tool created those ears right here. This is all done with the pen tool. This one right here is just a kind of fake highlight on the top of the nose. Here's some basic shadows. So all pretty basic actually. If you watch my other tutorials, you're going to be capable of doing this with Illustrator. And as I've already said, you're going to find it in my download section. So after we have created this one, and as you can see, if you go into the outline mode, as you can read right here, this is actually just a path. And this path can be exported to Cinema 4D, extruded in 3D space, so we actually get a 3D logo. And from there on, import it into After Effects to actually make our animation. We could also do it in Cinema 4D, but with Element 3D it's a bit faster, and because it's just a basic animation, let's make it like this. Oh, sorry. So I'm going to close this one, select those two, oops, bring them in, also this one, and go to Save As, Desktop, Batman shuriken. And now it's important that you're selecting the correct version because Cinema 4D only accepts Illustrator 8. So switch it to Illustrator 8, hit on OK. And for this one, it's also really important for After Effects that every single bit that you are having right here is on a separated layer. As you can see, the nose is on a layer, the mouth, stuff like that. Everything has to be on a separated layer so After Effects can actually see it in the comp to give you the most out of it. So yeah, just keep that in mind, really important. Let's say you have those in a group. Oops. Those in a group, you can see it's going to put them together. Just click on here, then release layers to sequence, and then you can easily drag them out. It's a bit different from Photoshop, but shouldn't be a big problem for you guys. And you also got the files in the description, so don't worry. Since we have exported this one, we're going to go to Cinema 4D. Go to File, Open, select our shuriken, Open, leave everything like that, Scale 1. And there you go, our shuriken is important as a path right here. Go to, or get an extrude modifier, click on it, make it like 30 centimeters. See how it looks, press NB to see the lines right here. And now click on our object, press C to make it editable. Press Ctrl A, Ctrl A to select everything. Go to Connect Objects and Delete. So we have one solid object. Now go to the polygon select mode and press U and then L to get the loop selection tool. If this is a bit too fast for you, you can just stop and yeah, go back and forth just how you want to. And once we have all these polygons selected at the outside, right click, smooth shift, hold down the left mouse button and drag it out, as you can see right here. Drag it out, and we're kind of getting a problem here. You can see it's really cut off and doesn't look too well, like from the basic shape. There are no sharp edges here. So we can fix this by increasing the maximum angle. Just increase it until you see something, and there you go. Now what we want to do is press T to get the scale tool, zoom in, and just drag this blue ankle right here. Bring this in. Boom, there we go. Just like that. As you can see, perfect line. And now it looks pretty sharp. But we are having some, we are having some polygon issues right here. But since this isn't a modeling tutorial, I'm not going to show you how to fix this, or because it doesn't really matter right now. As you can see, if we render it, you're not going to see anything of this. So we're just going to basically leave it like this. And also what I don't like is that the shuriken is like really thick. So go to the top view, go to the point mode, press 0. Make sure you select tolerance selection and uncheck only select visible elements. And now, select this one. Now we're going to select those points until the middle. Hold down Shift and select those one too. Zoom in, press T, drag them in. As you can see, it's going to get even thinner. Pretty awesome. Now let's go back, see if everything worked well. I guess yes. And now go to File, Export, Wavefront.obj. Batman Shuriken is fine. Leave the scale like this. Click on OK. Hop into After Effects. Create a new comp. Yeah, this is fine. And now let's create a new solid. Element 3D. Really love this plugin. Drag it onto this solid. Now click on Import. Select our Batman Shuriken and it will look really messed up right in here. So click on Auto Normals. Now you will see some problems going on over here, as you can tell. It's from the polygons. But therefore we're going to decrease the edge threshold. There we go, fix the problem. Having our sharp shuriken right here. Now we're going to put a material over it. Let's see if the environment is working. Yeah, there you can see it. And now let's drag a shiny texture on it. There you go. And now you can slowly see we're getting the effect of the animation. We're just basically animating the rotation and it looks like it's being thrown. So yeah, hit OK. Now create a new 3D camera so we can actually see what's going on right there. And now you can just spin around it, see how it works and stuff like that. But to actually start now, we also need our Batman from here with our separated layers. And yeah, therefore you can tell there's a bit of detail going on right here, but not a problem. Therefore we're also going to save this one out. Save as desktop batman.ai. Now you can save it as Illustrator CC or whatever version you're using. Go into your project, double click in here, desktop, Batman. And now there's a problem that I'm always kind of getting confused by. I think we shouldn't select this one, but from here we should import it as a composition, retain layer sizes. Okay, let's try composition at first. So this is a live test, you can actually see how I'm debugging, or, oh actually it worked, I guess. Let me check. So I just drag all these down right here. Let me see if this worked. Yeah, it worked on first try, so that's pretty great. Let's drag this out right here. Actually, what we could try now is we could leave them like those .ai programs, but the workflow of Adobe programs is pretty awesome, so select everything. And as you can see, there's an option, create shapes from vector layer. If we hit this one, we actually get vector shapes in After Effects created from Illustrator. So we can delete all those. Press V to see what we are doing. If I just show you and drag one out, you can see this is actually our circle from Illustrator. And what you need to do is click on toggle switch modes. You can see that this little, I don't know the name in English for it right now, but this icon right here is checked for everything. This means it's a vector and it's going to be sharp no matter at what scale your what dimensions your or resolution your comp is. So that's pretty great. You can render it at 4K resolution, normal full HD or even HD, scale it down, there's not a problem. So I really love this workflow of all these programs. Alright, so we got our Batman in here. Maybe I should increase the brightness of this layer right here because you can't really see it. Let me just check real quick if I can adjust the color from it right in here. Group, path 1, fill, yeah, let's see. As you can see, that's pretty awesome. We can just use it right from here. Maybe increase it like that, get the color code. Also change this one then. There's also a shortcut for the fill, I guess, if you press F. Okay, this wasn't the right one. Group, fill, paste this one in. There you go, way better. Also the nose. I guess it's kind of blurred out because, oh no, final. What's going on right here? Why isn't it that sharp? Let me just check real quick if I scale up the mask. Yeah, it's still pretty sharp as you can see. Okay, that's just some rendering setting that I have somewhere. Don't want to bother you now. So where's the nose right part? We have to change the color from it too. Or did I make it? Ah, damn. Yeah, I made it as a whole shape, but well, we're just going to leave it like that for the purpose of this tutorial. And yeah, now let's animate our Batman. And what I did for it, as you can see right here, let me just show you real quick. the shapes are going to get kind of like expanded. I bring this in. Here you can see the top mask and the shadow of the ears. This gets going to be dragged out to the top and then thrown out to the sides. The mouth just comes in. And here we used a clipping mask for After Effects. You can see it. And yeah, so I'm going to show you how to make these animations. First off, let's start with the mouth. Let's see where I have it. Mouth, there we go. We're going to animate the position. So click the stopwatch, drag it down here, go over there. Oh, actually I made a mistake. Bring this keyframe to right around here and drag this down, and now we have this animation. But as you can see, of course, it's shown outside, but we want to use a clipping mask. Therefore, we are just going to get our head, make a copy, Control-C, Control-V, bring it over our mouth, toggle the switch mode, or better, switch the mode, and click on Alpha Matte, Head Batman to Outlines. And now you can see, whoops, we're getting this cool clipping mask effect. And this is the first animation. Also, click on the mouth, and while having this selected, right click Keyframe Assistant, Easy Ease, or just press F9. I'm not able to press this key right now because this will end the recording. And that's it for the first animation. Let's see how I made the mid mask. Actually pretty easy. Just go to Scale and uncheck this little constraint proportions. Click on Scale right here. Go back. And now just bring this into like 0%. And that's the whole effect, as you can see. Whoops, it's kind of like coming out. Let's see what animation I've put for the top mask. Yeah, just the same effect. Clicking on here, but also this one, I think I've animated the whole scale itself. But let's see. So animate the scale, of course. Bring this down to 0 again. Looks a bit boring, actually. But let's see if we line this up or bring this down later. Ah, this looks weird. Just like that. And as you can see, it's kind of growing from somewhere around here. And that's because the anchor point of it is at this position right here. Therefore, I can use my Move Anchor Point tool. That's a little tool I found in the internet. You can download it, or you can just grab this anchor point with this tool right here with the pen behind. You can grab this anchor point, bring it to the middle, just eyeballing kind of. And as you can see, it's growing right around from there where you put the anchor point to. Oops, there we go. But I guess I'm going to animate it just like the other one. So press U to get the animated states of it. Go back to here, delete the keyframes. Right around here we want 100 there and 100 here. But this time we're going to animate this. Oh, I didn't hit the stopwatch, my fault. So crank this up to 100, whoops. Bring this down here. Is this really 0? Yeah. And boom, there we're getting the effect. Let's do a quick render. Of course, it's way too slow. So grab those, bring them in. Select those two, bring them in too. And let's see. Still too slow. Also, we don't have easy ease going on. That looks pretty boring then. Those linear animations are always kind of boring, and it got standard that you're working with the graph tool right here, with the graph editor and velocity curves, or you're going to use easy ease pretty fast. Well, that was too fast maybe. I'm just going to skip through this real quick because of the time of the tutorial. I don't want it to make too long. Just want to show you the techniques behind it. There you go. And I want to make the same effect for the nose, like make it big from here to the top and then stretching it out. And there are many approaches for this one, but let's see how we can make it. Press S to get the scale. And if I drag this down while bringing the anchor point down here, it should actually, yeah. As you can see, it's going to make his nose big, whoop, and then from here stretching it like out. So hit the stopwatch. And this is the final state. We want it to be at the beginning. This must be 0. This must be 0 too. And let me think about it. When we're here, not like that. We want to have this one on 2. And this one go to 100. So it kind of first grows the nose from the bottom. Whoops, and then stretching it out. Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted. See, it kind of grows, stretches out. And I want to match up this stretch effect with the top mask growing, with the face actually. So I think it was this, no. I've called it the mid mask. So I want to start together, or basically the one leading to the other. So let's see, the nose gets grown out, stretch it out. Oops, maybe bring this in a bit. Can you actually see the nose? Yeah, but pretty fast. Also maybe adjust this keyframe and bring it to 4 or 10. Yep. Okay. Also we need to make the mouth a bit faster. Press U, bring down this keyframe, and let's ramp preview it. Yeah, looks cool. There we go. Also there's the shadow missing actually. What happened here? Let me see. Do we even have... I didn't change the color. Okay, right ear shadow, where's the left ear there? Okay, let's change the color of them. Group 1, fill, select this color. Same for this one. There we go, so it matches up. And what we should do for the ear shadow is actually the same effect as for the head right here, but we could try to just animate the transparency of both and see how it works. I just selected both with Shift, pressed T to get the opacity, go around here, bring down the opacity for a quick animation. As you can see, can't really tell it, but they're coming in. Oops, maybe make it faster. Quick ramp preview. Yep. And I'm just going to go real quick to flatuicolors.com. Grab a good looking color. Get the hex code. New solid. Click on here, paste in this color. There we go, our turquoise. I guess it's not turquoise, it's green. And there you go. So, as you can see, there was a little bouncing effect going on in this animation at the beginning. Just like that, and that's pretty basic animation of all this comped up. Right click, pre-compose, Batman, animation. And what I did now is grab the scale. Went from, oops, not negative, from 0 to 100. And also animated the position of it. That's all. Pretty great looking effect, right? But simple to achieve. Press U so you can see what's going on. So this comes in and goes to the top. So let's see, it kind of grows from the bottom. Just like that. Oh, I think it accidentally created two. Nope. Okay. It grows out, goes around here, jumps down, jumps up, down, and up again. Of course, you can really spend some more time on it. And keyframe assistant, easy ease. Yeah, there you can go. There you can see the effect. Whoops and whoops. And if you're selecting all those, whoops, go to the graph editor, you can see that those are kind of not perfect matched up. So you could basically select those. Adjust the hive. Just going to leave it like this one to keep the tutorial short and simple. But what I don't like is that it's way too big, the scale, so I'll just leave it like this one. And maybe also delete one keyframe. Oh, this one was missing. Okay, I'm going to leave it in. Let's make the animation a bit faster by dragging in the single animation keyframes. All right, and now let's focus on our 3D part. So we have our shuriken right in here. If we select our camera tool, we can also spin it. But you can already see the problem. Or actually, let's see if I can drag this behind it. Yeah, this could also work, so we don't have to mask it out. And we're now going to go to Element 3D, Particle Look, bring down the size of it. What happened? Can you see this? Wait, I drag this in. Okay. Just the light. So let's shrink down the particle size so it's actually behind it. Go to the replicator, position X and Y, drag this down because we want to start it from here. And now we can basically start with animating our shuriken right here. So check position X and Y. And also, where's rotation? Rotation there. Check all of them because they are really important. And we're also going to add some not motion blur, depth of field later on. But first, let's create a great looking effect. And what I wanted to achieve was like a rubber band effect where it's going to bend to one side and then get the strength or the force of it and completely throw to the front and fly by. So, yeah, I'm kind of thinking of how we should start now, of course. Let me press U to see where we are at. If this comes in, right here, I just want to let the shuriken start. So we are here. Then we are going to be somewhere around there. See the rotation of it? Zoom in. Maybe this. Like that. See how this looks real quick? Yeah, it kind of comes in. Then I want to spin it to the back. So it's kind of like loading. Just like that. And now we want to spin this a few times. Just like that. Around 350 degrees. Also here one time, so we have like multiple rotations. And let's bring it to the front. As you can see already, depth of field is working because it's turned on. Bring it right around here, just like that. So it flies out, loads, and then gets fired off, just like that. Also, you have to turn it off before it starts, before it should start. And I'm just going to go into our camera and turn off depth of field real quick. Camera options, depth of field, slide this to the left side, so I have some better performance while doing this video. So this flies in until here. Then I want it to fly by and kind of go out of the screen. You could also adjust the lightening of this real quick because this looks like, well, looks okay, but let's see what we can do. Go to render settings, environment. Oh, not environment. Where was it again? Lighting. See how this looks dark. Something isn't working here. I don't know why actually right now. But, well, we're just going to leave it like that. Also because I think I don't have a proper environment set up into the lights, but that shouldn't be our problem right now. So it flies in. Let's see. It kind of flies in right here. Just like that. So now we need to make the rotation. Therefore, this should be around there. Just like this. Bring it over here. Increase its position on Z. Just like that. See how it looks. Oh, of course, we need to rotate it again. So bring this in. Bring it over here. Slide it out a bit. Bring it, whoops, not down, but to the right. Make some rotations again. Why isn't the rotation working right now? Looks really weird right now, but I think you're getting the technique out of it, so that's the most important part. As you can see, it flies in, then the shuriken comes, animated out, flies around. And what I just did to create this kind of slow motion effect where it's coming to the front right here, whoops, and then comes a little slow motion effect, is just that I've made the rotation of it a bit slower. Like I made a keyframe right here and didn't crank this all the way up. I just made a small change so it looked like it kind of flew in kind of slowly, and that was the basic magic behind the slow motion effect. Because some of you guys contacted me on Facebook to ask like, wow, how do you create Element 3D slow motions? And it's just some basic keyframe work. Let me see a quick render of this. Yeah, it looks really bad right now. But that's kind of the effect. And also to create this text effect right around here, we're just going to make a new text and 3D flat design animation tutorial, or however I want to name it. Oops, decrease the size. Yeah, we can just leave this font. Bring it over here. There are some pretty great presets of Photoshop, Illustrator, not Photoshop, not Illustrator, but After Effects. In the animation preview presets, go to presets, then text, animate in, and let's say you want some. Also, you have to put the slider right here where you want to start the animation, and I guess once this came in and the user sees the animation, I don't want to distract them, but can bring it right around here in, put the preset on our text layer, and now you can see, whoops, the text got animated. That's basically how you can make pre-animated animations right here. Also, this one looks great in combination with this. If you animate this, we're getting the effect. And now if we turn on, where is it? Camera 1. If we turn on our depth of field again, you can see that it's working. The only problem is now that we have our shuriken in front of this Batman, and now you can see the problem. If we bring this behind it, and it comes out of the Batman kind of, and when it comes in front, it's still behind it. That means we actually need to make a mask so it's hidden at the beginning, but then overlapping our Batman. Therefore, yeah, we're just going to create a mask. Bring this in front. I actually used a layer as an alpha matte to achieve this effect because there was something going on right here. So grab the lips again. This time have nothing selected. Drag it out while holding down Shift. Just like that. Let's give it a name. Alpha matte for element 3D. And make it like this. Not an alpha matte, an alpha inverted map. Matte, not map, sorry. And now let's bring in this right here. So it kind of is the same effect as it's coming out, flying around. Of course, now we need to get rid of the alpha matte. So drag this out, bring this in. Just like that, and it's flying over. Let's animate this real quick, or render. And the great thing about working in Element 3D and having this non-destructive workflow, you can just grab brightness and contrast adjustment in here and increase the brightness, the contrast, sorry, decrease the brightness so it looks more darkened. And whoops, and there you go. Also some great animation, some great reflections going on right here. Also, I don't like that the blur is so strong, so just go into the camera and decrease the blur level by around 50%. Now you can see it looks pretty great. Maybe 65, so it's okay. And the actual really hard work right here is just animating the shuriken flying out realistically. As you can see, when this is coming out, it's not rotating like perfectly on one axis. It's going to be thrown, as you can see right here, like as a 45-degree angle almost. And this is basically the whole work of making this look realistic. It's the animation of it. So press U. Let's see if we can actually make this look a bit more realistic. Just like that. So it flies out. Flies to the next one. Boom. And here I don't like the rotation again, so see which axis it is. This one. So just make a keyframe in between the other ones. And vroom, it's flying around it. And yeah, that's basically the whole thing to do. Just animate it. And there you go. Well, we've animated this thing from Illustrator, the Batman itself, showed you the text animation, showed you how to bring in this 3D object, make sharp edges with Cinema 4D, imported then into Element 3D and make a animation out of it. Also use depth of field. And what you could also do is like force motion blur on this one. Just if you have the newest version of After Effects, you can use pixel motion blur or force motion blur. I guess it was, let me check real quick, force, yeah, CC force motion blur on other versions of After Effects. Or you could also use the built-in one, but that one isn't working because it's just going to calculate motion blur based on actual moving layers. But since this isn't a moving layer, as you can see, this is the boundary box of it. It's not moving at all. It's just some calculations in between this layer. So the inbuilt motion blur of After Effects won't work. And yeah, so I hope you guys can show me your results of creating like different characters, different animations. You could also use like particles to, I don't know, make Son Goku pop up and there's a cloud flying back of it or stuff like that. There's really no limit to your imagination and you can do everything you want. I just wanted to show you the technique behind it and I hope you'll enjoy the tutorial. There's going to be like 6 or 7 other tutorials that I'm planning right now and also recording. So stay tuned, write in the comments some more recommendations about tutorials and what you guys want to see, so that would really help me out. Also check out my Facebook page, there's the free download section where you can get like a lot of free assets and freebies. And leave a like, see you in the next video, ArmaganVideos.